What up, YouTube world? It's your boy Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Raw WWE Talk SmackDown. We're gonna talk about it all because it's been a while since I've done these. I can't even tell you the last one I did. I can tell you actually 3 weeks ago. So it was Judgment Day back on top. Gable Unstoppable was okay. So there's more of that where Judgment Day is literally back on top, and we'll talk about that in a second. What's going on Raw? They're doing. So what was 3 weeks ago? Yeah. So this is good stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff that's been happening. Um, from SmackDown, from the debut of Jacob Fatu, which is good because Jacob Fatu has been rumored to be already signed to WWE since April at WrestleMania, and there's been doubt, or not doubt, but like concerns, I guess, that Jacob Fatu would outshine Solo Sikoa, so they didn't really want to bring him in, a whole bunch of stuff. So he's finally there. They have Money in the Bank qualifying matches, that triple threat matches from both shows for men and the women's matches that have been going on. That's been good. Uh, I mean, the Wyatt Sick6 debut. They debuted last week, last Monday. Did a follow up this week, which is crazy that we're going to talk about. Um, and I guess everything in between. I'm gonna hit the big stuff that happened. And if I remember stuff throughout the way that I liked or remember, I'll just quickly talk about it. Um, I guess it's kind of hard to know where to start, but I guess I'll start with SmackDown since Raw just happened. So I guess we'll talk about SmackDown a little bit, or that we want to do. Yeah. That's what we'll do. We'll talk about SmackDown and then we'll talk about Raw. First on the SmackDown list, we'll talk about um I guess we'll talk about this. We'll talk about Logan Paul and LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight has exclaimed, talked about him wanting to now want that United States Championship. Uh, he showed up to Logan Paul's house because Logan Paul wasn't there after he lost to Cody at whatever the last pay per view PLE was. He lost to Cody there. Um, Clash at the Castle, I think that's what it was, because they opened. No, it wasn't Clash. That was the one before Clash because he faced AJ. Well, whatever happened, Logan Paul wasn't there, and he showed up. LA Knight showed up because he had this Lego tournament or whatever like that. Shows up, and then LA Knight was saying that he wants to be Money in the Bank, and I think that he has him, Santos Escobar, and Logan Paul has a qualifying match, and the winner is going to go off and face or to end in the Money in the Bank tournament. Uh, I think Santos is going to win because I think LA Knight and Logan Paul is going to be too busy fighting with each other. So I think Santos is going to take advantage. He's going to get that W. Just like Carmelo Hayes, he got his W in a triple threat against Randy Orton and somebody else who was in the match. Oh, Tama Tonga. They were in the match, so that was fun because Melo, I think the week before, was on the mic and he was talking about the spotlight being on him and him uh, being Melo in the bank. So it was obvious that he would win, but then actually pinning Randy Orton, that's good booking after everybody is claiming that because of MVP saying that Triple H is racist, and he was like, nah, we're going to have Melo win, and then not only Melo win, he's going to pin Randy Orton, who's 14-time World Heavyweight Champion. So there you go. So that's good stuff. I don't think he's going to win, but it's going to be good stuff. I think they had another one with the guys. It was I don't remember. I think it was Kevin Owens. Uh, I forgot. I'm about to look it up because I forgot what it was. It was Kevin Owens. Uh, some other people. WWE. Let's go. Oh yeah, Caleb Braxton's leaving WWE. So that's interesting. Was it this week? Oh, Kevin Owens. Oh, that's what it was. Kevin Owens, Grayson Waller, and Andrade. Andrade ends up qualifying with that. Uh, they did the thing where the. I guess we'll talk about that later. But Andrade wins. He beats or he pins Grayson Waller in a fun match, really good match. And it was a counter where Grayson Waller went to do his finish. He goes through the ropes to do his finish, but Andrade like catches him and does his finisher for the win. That was dope. So he qualifies. The women for the qualifying match, it was Chelsea Green who faced Bianca Belair and Mia Yim. Another fun thing, and the winner was Chelsea Green. Bianca Belair, I think, went to hit a KOD on Mia Yim, and Chelsea Green threw Bianca out, and then she stole the pin, got the win, big pop for her. That's good stuff. Um, so yeah, that's all good stuff. And then next week they're going to do another qualifier, which is Naomi, Blair Davenport, and Tiffany. No. Hold on. Because I don't want to steer you guys wrong. Because I feel like, oh wait, I think because it's going to be two in the bank women's. Okay, that's what it was. The other one was Indy Hartwell. So it's Naomi, Blair Davenport, and Indy Hartwell next week, and it's going to be Candice LeRae, Jade Cargill, and Tiffany Stratton next week. I think the same thing is going to happen to Jade that happened to Bianca. Jade's going to hit like Jaded. Tiffany Stratton's going to do like the moonsault, the thing, and then she's going to end up hitting Candice LeRae, and that's going to give Tiffany Stratton the win. This next one is going to be interesting. I'm going to throw a wild card in here, uh, and I'm going to say Naomi. And the reason why, and the thing would be like, oh, you think Indy Hartwell would win because Naomi and Blair Davenport they have a thing and whatever. But I think Naomi's going to win because the backstage thing that was with Bailey and Blair Davenport because they're friends. I think that they're going to have Naomi qualify in Money in the Bank, and I think they're going to do Bailey versus Blair Davenport at Money in the Bank for the World's Women's Championship. I think that's what they're going to do. Uh, so that should be fun. I think they're going to do Mia versus Nia Jax again, which I think Nia is still going to win. I don't think that Mia is going to cost Tiffany Stratton her her thing. I don't think that's going to happen. Um, I think Tiffany's going to win the whole thing, and with the whole thing that she got with Nia Jax, I think Bailey's going to beat Blair Davenport, and I think she's going to beat Nia Jax. I think Nia Jax is going to take her out, and I think Tiffany Stratton is going to cash in on Bailey at SummerSlam. I think that's going to be the thing. But yeah, I think Naomi is going to win, and Blair Davenport's going to get mad. I think Bailey's going to beat the save, and I think she's going to attack Bailey, and that's going to set up a match at Money in the Bank with her and Blair Davenport, which is going to be good because Blair's going to lose, but I think it's going to show off Blair's, like, oh no, she's on a, she's here for a good time, not a long time. I think she's going to hold her own, and and get into some main, keep her in that main event picture. And they're going to show everybody what Blair Davenport is about. So I think that's going to be a thing. So yeah, so that's that. So I think the biggest thing on SmackDown right now is this Bloodline thing going on. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens has been going on with the Bloodline, and so has uh, uh, Cody Rhodes after Cody beat AJ Styles in a really good I Quit match. Uh, they came. He was facing the back after I think it was Clash, and so Sokoa was like right behind him, and Cody kind of looked at him, and then that's when the Bloodline jumped him, and then Randy and Kevin Owens was looking at him kind of crazy, like, "Hey, what's going on right now?" So he helped them up, and then Randy Orton's Randy Orton, so he was kind of like, "Hey, you my boy," but he was kind of eyeing that title, like, "Oh, 15 times sounds pretty good." So that was a whole thing that was going on, and the Bloodline kind of, it's so many good stuff that's going on that you need to talk about. So many good stuff that kind of blended in with a thing like Paul Heyman right now is miserable. He's trying to like hint subtly every week that he wants help, but he kind of doesn't want like the Bloodline to kill him because like every time Paul Heyman says something, Solo's like, Wiseman, if we lose or something happens to me, I'm gonna beat you up. You're gonna be like, what? What did Paul Heyman do? What did Paul Heyman do? Nothing. What did you do? You yelling at Paul Heyman? He did nothing. So that's going on. They had this whole thing with CM Punk that Punk came out, was talk about what happened with Drew McIntyre, and then Paul Heyman comes out, is like, Punk, I love you so much, but as a friend, as someone who loves you, who cares about you, out of respect, because Roman Reigns respects you too, because I respected you, Roman Reigns, said, hey, you're off limits. Solo and this group, they're not the same. They're different breeds right now. Like, we was in the car and we was listening to the radio, and Solo was mad because he was saying that we're in Chicago, the city that made CM Punk. He was like, but the thing is, Solo Sokoa wants every city to be his city, and now there's a problem with you. He has a problem with you, and they're gonna. And then Punk is like, uh, I don't care. He's like, you think I'm afraid? Oh well, and then Solo and them comes out, and he was like, hey, do you think I'm supposed to be afraid of a wannabe, a fake off Usos and wannabe tribal chief? Nah. And they were about to attack him. He's like, and then Paul's like, I'm begging you, please just leave. And then CM Punk was like, hey, that favor that you asked me earlier, what was it? And then Paul Heyman was like, take me with you. And the crowd was like, wow. And then you see Solo, he was like, excuse me? Did you just say what I think you just said? And then they went to go attack CM Punk, and then Cody Rhodes comes, which is great. And then they have bats, and then CM Punk had the bat, and then they ran off and stuff like that. And then we'll talk about what happened with Punk later, but then later, uh, Solo wanted a match with Cody Rhodes, so they booked the match. He said, "Well, if I lose, I'm gonna have another match with you later, and I'm gonna beat you up." So the match was like not even really a match. It just set up what we thought was gonna happen. Bloodline gets involved, then Kevin Owens and Randy Orton show up. There's a big brawl. Everybody's brawling, and now it's just Solo by himself. And I was like, oh yeah, he's about to get his comeuppance. And then Solo just starts laughing. He was like, "You fallen into my trap. You fallen for my trap." They didn't know Jacob Fatu was right there. Huh? There's a Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu debuts, and he's out here. Boom, super kick. Super kick. You tried to super kick me, Kevin Owens? I'm the GOAT! Woo! Jacob Fatu comes and just destroys everybody. He spears Randy Orton into the barricade. He Superfly splashes Cody Rhodes on the announce table. He takes out uh, Kevin Owens. The Tongans are like, "Oh, what is this?" Oh, it was crazy. Oh, that was good stuff. We like those. So that was all good stuff. So that was SmackDown. That's going on the SmackDown side. Nothing else is really going on. I think maybe DIY is going to be tag team champions because um, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory is kind of having this weird thing where Grayson Waller is saying that he's like team, like he's for the team, but he's kind of downplaying Austin Theory. Like Austin Theory is like, you're successful because of me. I'm the reason why you're successful and stuff like that. He said he would take a bullet for him, but he's never taken bullets. Even though Austin Theory's the one that's taking the bullets for uh, 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 the boy uh, Grayson Waller. That's a whole thing that's been happening with that. So on to Raw. Um, I guess we'll talk about more Money in the Bank qualifiers matches for these, because they're Raw is really based around one thing. Well, a couple things. Mostly two major things, like two separate major things, but everything is like kind of blended. And actually, maybe, yeah, because there's a whole bunch of stuff with the Money in the Bank qualifiers. So it was Jey Uso versus Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio last week in a really good triple threat match. Jey Uso wins that match. Um, they did Io Sky versus Io Sky wins her triple threat match. So it's her. I forgot who else was in it. Uh, it was. We're gonna find out. Look at my eyes, what they see. Cultural personality. Uh, Raw. I forgot who it was. I just remember that she won. That Io won. Um, her match was cut. Of course, she was going to win because she's the goat. She's been on her whole. Uh, we need to. Uh, 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 Damage control has to change because the what's going on. The results ain't resulting. I'm the only one that's winning out here. You guys are losing your tag team matches. I'm out here really winning out here in the streets. Like, what's going on? Where's damage control? Like, after we all lost our titles, it seems like only one of us cares about winning. Asuka's hurt, so she's like, "What's going on?" Let's see. Clash at the Castle. Uh, I know, guys. I know. I'm the worst. I'm trying to look at. I'm trying to find the. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyways, Io Sky wins her main event. So Damage Control is losing left and right. Lyric Valkyrie just pinned Kyrie Sane this past match, uh, which was also a really good triple threat match. Uh, so Lyra wins that. Next week is going to be uh, Kyrie Sane, not Kyrie Sane, Dakota Kai. She's going to be in hers. She's not going to win hers either. So Io Sky's going to be not happy because there's no way she's winning that. Uh, I'm trying to see. Oh, yeah, Lyra Valkyria. Yeah. For the men's, Chad Gable qualified for his. Oh, there it is. I got it. Here we go. Ivy Nile, Dakota Kai, and Zoe Stark. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that one. Uh, I want to say I think Ivy Nile is gonna be the one who might get that because it's a surprise, and that I think a lot of people like Ivy Nile and they want to see her. Uh, they want to see her succeed. They want to see what she kind of does in it, and it might play into the story that's been going on. So the three main things that's been going on Raw has been the Drew McIntyre CM Punk stuff, uh, everything involving Judgment Day, and now even from last week, Uncle Howdy, the debut of the Wyatt Six and Uncle Howdy and all that stuff. So that's why it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to like talk about Raw because they're kind of all intertwined. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre has been going on since CM Punk came back. Drew McIntyre has been beating the dead horse that CM Punk is not a good guy. Forget him. He's the worst. He talks about CM Punk every chance he gets, and now at Clash of the Castle, CM Punk was the reason why Drew McIntyre is not World Heavyweight Champion. Um, so Drew McIntyre comes the next day to say he quits, which leads to SmackDown, which were after CM Punk did the whole thing with the Bloodline. They come back, and then Drew McIntyre has CM Punk is laid on the thing. The thing is banging on because Grayson Waller's arguing with DIY, and it raises up the gate. CM Punk is bloodied on the floor, and it rolls up, and you just see Drew McIntyre just standing over him. He picks him up, fire carries him to the ring, and it just drops him there. In Chicago, in his hometown, the crowd is booing him. He's going crazy. He just sits in front of him, Indian style. This is what you get. He comes back on Monday. It's like, people, I'm just tired of all of you guys. I'm tired of all you guys. Everything that's happened with CM Punk, and you guys still cheer him. He cost me my match in my hometown in front of my people when my rifle was sick, and you still chant CM Punk. I don't care about you guys. You guys are nothing to me. Whatever. I'm going to win Money in the Bank, and I'm going to watch. You're going to be at home watching all alone by yourself. He says the one thing that meant to you is this bracelet that had AJ Lee and his dog Larry on it. He said it might be like 10 cents, but I know it's worth everything to you, and I took it so you have nothing, which is crazy. And then they go backstage, and Pierce is like, "Bro, what is wrong with you?" And he was like, "You can't just enter a Money in the Bank qualifying match." He was like, "Well, CM Punk, uh, I just beat Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins just waltzes in and he gets himself a title match. I can't get one. This is BS." He was like, "All right, what happens is on your head." So later they announced it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Ilya Dragunov. which I think Ilya Dragunov might pull off. I think Ilya Dragunov might pull it. Maybe it's either Ilya or Drew McIntyre. I'm only saying this because of when Chad Gable got attacked. His replacement was Ilya Dragunov. His replacement was Ilya Dragunov, and then Chad Gable was fine, and then ended up being he took him out, and now he's in this triple threat. So it kind of makes sense a little bit that Ilya might win, but with Drew McIntyre could definitely win um, and go on the Money in the Bank, unless CM Punk is like not dead and he's fine, and he somehow still costs Drew McIntyre. So we'll see. So that stuff with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Chefs, yes. Um, and I guess we'll talk about this now. The real big thing is this Wyatt Six thing, but I'm going to talk about Judgment Day last, just because there's so much going on with Judgment Day. But the Wyatt Six, they've been teasing their debuts, and when they was coming for weeks and weeks and weeks, uh, finally, uh, they show up last week. After Jey Uso wins his qualifying match, he pins uh, Finn Balor. He's celebrating with the crowd, and then the lights go off. Crowd goes crazy. And the thing that happened when Bray Wyatt returned, I think at Extreme Rules, I think I want to say, with the door and the lights and the whole thing. But instead, there's a lantern in the middle. Sister Abigail, who's played by Nikki Cross, comes out. She's slowly coming out, crawling. She's got the cameraman. She's like, "Cameraman, come to me. Come to me, cameraman." She points in the back. So the cameraman walks in the back, and it's carnage. The lights are gone black. It's gone dark with smoke, and everything's going haywire. You see, person you see, I think, is Eric Rowan with a cool mask that has help on it, and it's like the old Bludgeon Brothers gimmick with him and Luke Harper. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. So you got that throwback. And there's people are just laid out, security and all types of like hands-on personnel is just laid out. Um, you go back, Joe Gacy's there and his mask, the Huskus mask, with more people laid out. And then I think Dexter Loomis and the Buzzard mask got more people laid out. And the one person everybody notices is Chad Gable, laid out. You thought he was dead. It looked like a bullet went through his head. Blood splattered on the wall. And then you go back a little bit, and there's Uncle Howdy. It's Bo Dallas. The crowd goes crazy. And he's walking spookily past Chad Gable. Poor Chad Gable was like that, blood on his head. People was thinking that Gunther was there, which would have been silly. I thought it was Braun Strowman, but apparently Braun Strowman wasn't there. He got out of there just in case. Maybe he got connects with the Wyatts, and Uncle Howdy was like, "Got to get out of there." So they came out, and then they all come through, meet Nikki Cross, and he goes, "We're here," and then that. And then, of course, Chad Gable, who everybody was scared of, thought he was dead. He came, he was there. Paparazzi was like, "No picture." He's like, "No picture." Oh, he's so scared. He has like CSI agents around him. The security was kind of like the way he's like he's the president. He's like, "No picture." He has his briefcase. He's like, "Oh, I'm okay. I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it." And he leaves. Kathy Kelly's like bugging him, trying to bug him throughout the whole show. Um, and then they do this thing where Chad Gable, he has this match. It is really good. He wins. I think Judgment Day, again, because it's Judgment Day's in it, takes out Braun Strowman, because there's a Braun Strowman problem. And they do that after I think Braun Strowman kind of power slammed Bronson Reed, and then Chad Gable, he goes on the top, does a moonsault, pins Bronson Reed. Chad Gable wins. Crowd goes crazy a little bit, and then lights go off, and crowd goes crazy, and Chad Gable's having flashbacks. It's not like for Chad Gable, it's not like it doesn't seem like it's like he's hurt, like gunshot to the head. Hey, I'm the Olympic gold medalist, I'm a machine. You think you can knock me down? You can't. That's what he said. He said, "You think you can kill me? I'm unkillable, baby." But it's more of the mental stuff that's going on in his head that's going crazy, and he leaves out the ring. He goes to the back, and then Nikki Cross, Sister Abigail, has a package, and he displays it, gives it to Michael Cole. Two security guards are just laid over uh, over by Michael Cole, which is hilarious. And he looks at it. He said, "This is for Pat," and it says, "Play me." Pat McAfee, who on his show, Pat McAfee show, every time he's been having guests and stuff like that, the lights been going off, and it said you lied, which is kind of interesting to see where that's going to go with that, where you lied stuff. Um, that's going to be all interesting stuff. And then later on, he was like, "Oh," he said, "Well, he looks in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box?" He says, "It's a VHS tape that says 'Play Me' on it." It was like VHS. Who got one of these? This is 2004, 24. Like this ain't 1986 or whatever. VHS tapes was popular in 1996 or something like that. So it's like, well, maybe we'll have one in the back. Hey, can you tell somebody to hey, look, take this to the back, see if we can find an old VHS tape or whatever like that to do that. Meanwhile, they go backstage. Chad Gable is scared for his life. He knocks on the door. Otis is there. He's like, "Otis, hey, bro, is the rest of the crew back there? Get him. I just want to talk." So he gets Maxine and Tozawa, and he apologizes, like, I know I've been hard on everybody, but we're all family. We're supposed to all stick together. You see what happened to me last week? It's taken out, and I just think it would be better, if we all together we stick together and stuff like that. And Otis was like, "Hey, I'm sorry what happened to you, but I told you what I told you. We out of here. You can't help you." So he goes in there. Tozawa kind of follows him, and then Maxine, the one who got probably abused the most by Chad Gable with the lines and not caring that she got injured and stuff like that. She was the real one. She was like, "Hey, for what it's worth, we really all care about you. We all are sorry to see what happened, but you really hurt Otis. Like you were like a big brother to him, and you really hurt his feelings." She was like, "Hey, I'll talk to him, but give it some time. I'll talk to him. I think he just needs a little time to be okay." He's like, "We really are sorry for what happened." She leaves. Chad Gable is a mess, and who comes? The Creeds and Maxine. They come to his aid. It was like, "Hey, you okay? You need anything?" He was like, "No, I'm not okay. This crazy person's trying to kill me. I need help." And the crazy person is both. It's Uncle. There's a whole Wyatt stuff that's going on, and they finally get a video package. They show the videotape of what was in the tape, and for people, you would think it's like it's Pat McAfee, because they took Pat McAfee. It's like, this is for Pat McAfee. You think maybe they took him hostage or something like that. Then you maybe think, because Uncle Howdy's talking. It was like he's talking about the death of Bray Wyatt, asked him how he feels. You see this big old beard. It was like, oh, maybe Braun Strowman was there, but it wasn't Braun Strowman. It was Uncle. It was Bo Dallas. It's like, wow, Bo Dallas, and you know, uh, uh, is Uncle Howdy's asking Bo, "Who are you?" Bo's like, "I'm nobody." And Uncle Howdy's like, "Yes, you are. No, that's what you are. You are a nobody." Uh, and it's crazy. So these are one of those things you just have to see. But it's pretty much Bo Dallas talking about the reason why the Wyatt thing, the Uncle Howdy's, like why this is still a thing. Um, because there were people online was talking about, oh, this is just for clout. This is because Bray Wyatt's dead, and you're just trying to feed off of, try to reap the benefits. It was like, oh, now, or some people are saying, well, now just because Bray Wyatt is dead, now it's over. You don't have to do that. No, you don't have to do this. It's over now. You're trying to forget about us, and that's pretty much what this was. It was like Bray Wyatt has the reason why I'm doing this is because for years and years we have tried our hardest to work together. I wanted nothing more than to be like my older brother Bray. I wanted to be just like him, and I wanted to work with him. And every opportunity, I've been all these groups. I was the B team, a social outcast. I was doing the Miztourage. I was doing all these things. I was doing the Bo Leaf stuff. I was doing all these things, uh, and we wanted to work together. We never had that chance to do it, and now we finally get the chance to do it. There was motion in play that me and my brother can finally do the thing that we wanted to do together, and then he died, and now that opportunity was taken away from me, and even like now, I'm shaking, like feeling numb, getting goosebumps, so thinking about it. Cause and he goes like, nobody in the world felt the way I felt when my brother passed. He was like, this is, and he was like, you think this is just some type of thing that people would forget? You think that I just want to do this to reap off my brother's legacy? No, this is something that we were going to do together, and that was taken away from me. And in his legacy, we're going to continue this. This is not something that you're going to just silence because he's gone. Now you don't want this to play out. Nah, nah, that's not going to happen. This is why I'm doing this. And it was like, whew. So now a lot of people are saying, me included, that it'd be cool if like they do this every week. Like there's a weekly thing now. You do Eric Rowan. Why are you in this? Why are you part of this group? Uh, uh, Abigail, Nikki Cross. Why are you in this group? Joe Gacy. Why are you in this group? Dexter Loomis. Why are you in this group? People were saying that, obviously for Eric Rowan, who was close with not even just Bray, but also was part of the original with him and Luke Harper, who's also passed away. It makes sense for him to do this. Um, it makes sense for Nikki Cross because she's connected. She is connected with Alexa Bliss, who's obviously connected with Bray Wyatt. They are connected with each other. They're a thing that's connected. Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy's a little different. They both were in groups. They both, with the schism for Joe Gacy, who also has been in other groups like in the past, like before WWE, and then Dexter Loomis, who was in the way, obviously with Johnny Gargano and his wife was Indian, all stuff like that. So that's stuff that you can also do. That's the way they're going. They do that, and I think Pat McAfee is going to be the thing where they're gonna like kind of use Pat McAfee as a, he's a big on this big platform, and they're going to use him as like you're going to do a Pat McAfee show with them to interview him, is asking why he's lying about whatever he lied about or all he's talking about. I think that's going to be the gist of what they're going to do with that, which is going to be fun. I'm so excited for this Wyatt thing, man. I love Bray so much, man. I love Bray Wyatt, man. When he passed, that was one of the biggest passings for me. Him since probably Eddie Guerrero, and like, I'm not gonna say like with Luke Harper, like I didn't like when he passed away, like it hurt, but like when Bray passed away, it hurt because I knew so much that he can do, still with his gimmick that he wanted to do, and it's just like for Luke Harper, he was dealing with things like, and it was like, at the end, like when you hear about it, it was like it's unfortunate, but you understand, his. With Bray Wyatt was like he was just coming back, he was just doing the stuff to come back, and it's like a defibrillator just took him out, and now he's gone from us. That there's so much stuff that he was about to do that could do and stuff like that, and that one hurt. Just like from since then, from like Eddie Guerrero, it's like It's just so sad. Um, but I know Bray's smiling right now. He's like, oh, this is what we're talking about. This is good stuff. So as he would say, this is good shit. So yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I'm so invested in that. So that's good stuff. And finally, the biggest thing I think that's going on is this whole Judgment Day thing. Uh, Liv Morgan is she got the hots for Dom Mysterio. She's sending him pictures. She's doing all these things for him, trying to save him, stuff like that. And and Damian Priest is like, dude, this is not a good idea. Stop doing this. But in an undertone, it's more like Finn Balor is kind of the mastermind that's going on with this. He's Liv Morgan is giving Dom the key card to her hotel, but Dom puts it down, and this Finn Balor slyly takes it, and he's like, I took it. I threw it in the garbage. Is that okay with you? Damian Priest this whole time is, trying to worry about Seth Rollins defending his world titles, with Seth Rollins trying to defend when he was defending against Drew McIntyre, trying to do all these things, and then trying to keep Judgment Day together. He was like, bro, there's a Braun Strowman problem. That's why the Braun Strowman thing. There was a whole Braun Strowman problem from when it was beating up Dragon Lee and all these other people, the LWO, and Braun Strowman's trying to help everybody. So Damian Priest is like, bro, this Braun Strowman problem has to stop, and they're trying to do that, but it's not really stopped until later when they took Braun Strowman out of the picture for him to qualify Money in the Bank. So they all took him out. Um, they're all playing video games, and it was like, oh, where'd you get this from? It was like, oh, it was a gift, and it was like, oh, Carlito, oh, this is your big balling now. Okay, I like you. Get your W, big balling now. Okay, we like. He's like, no, it's not from them. It's from like Liv Morgan. It's like a pound of spicy chicken nuggets from Wendy's, which in my mind, you already won my heart. It's a new TV. It's a PS5, and then he shows a picture of whatever Liv showed. Everybody thinks it's nudes, but it's probably just like bikini pics or something like that. And then Carlito's like, "That's cool," and they're like, "Carlito." He's like, "Oh no, no, not cool." Oh, Carlito Judgment Day is the greatest thing. Is what you need in your life. Uh, so that's the whole thing. Uh, Again, they go in. She goes in the ring, and she was like, "Hey, Dom, hey, come get you some. I want to show you something on live TV." But then it's Zelina Vega, of course, who's with the LWO, who Judgment Day has been feuding with LWO, that whole thing. Zelina Vega is just cooking Rhea or cooking Liv, talking about Dom's sloppy seconds. He's nasty, all this other stuff like that. And then Dom comes, crowd's going. Dom's music hit. That crowd popped for him at first. They tried, and they was, oh wait, this is Dom. We got to boo him, boo. But they popped for Dom Mysterio for a little bit, big pop for Dom Mysterio. And then of course, he was trying to talk. Crowd wouldn't let him. And Liv was like, "Do you let my daddy talk?" And they're like, "No, boo you." And he was like, "Hey, I want to help you win. I want to help you beat Liv. We don't want her to be champion." Liv was like, "Hi, you love me." And Liv was, of course, or she was, of course, Zelina was like, I don't care. I don't care about anything you want. I'm not here for you. I don't need your help. And then Liv attacks Zelina, and then they're fighting, of course. And then Rey Mysterio comes out. Ray beats up. Ray takes off Liv off her, and then Dom, of course, because he hates his dad, pushes Rey Mysterio. Of course, the crowd boos, and Liv is like, "Yes, he saved. He did that for me. Yes, he loves me. He loves me." And then she follows after him. Uh, and then Liv is like, "Oh, thank you. You saved me." He's like, "I saved you." He's like, "Nah, you saved me from your deadbeat dad." He was like, "I just did that because I hate my deadbeat dad." It's like, "Yeah, but you did it for me." He's like, "No, I didn't. Leave me alone." And then he leaves. And then they're backstage, and then Truth winds up with Liv Morgan, because she was like, my boy Tom and Nick, he's like, I don't, I just like, he's like, I never liked anybody in Judgment Day. except for Tom and Nick. They're actually pretty cool. And then Liv, of course, being Liv, it's like, yeah, he's pretty cool. He's like playing hard to get, huh? Like, yeah, he is. Like, oh, he'll come around to you. He's cool. You know, he's kind of shy. He's playing hard to get. and then, he's like, yeah, but it'd be really nice for me. It'd be like, if, if I try to make it up to him. It'd be nice if you try to get this match with you try to get a match with his friends JD and Finn Balor. Get yourself a title match with him. He was like, oh, you think so? Like, yeah, it'd be really nice. You do this for me. He's like, yeah. It'd be like, you got it. He's like, I'm gonna talk to Adam Pearce. He's like, make sure you talk to Adam Pearce. I'm gonna do that. Thanks, Carmella. And the crowd was just laughing. She was like, okay. And then he leaves. Miz, who was on commentary for like the first hour, he sees this. He's like, "Are you kidding?" He's like, "No, I gotta go get to Pierce first." So he runs off, and then um, Liv Morgan is leaving, and this is at the time where Damian Priest was talking about. He was talking to Seth. He was talking like, "Hey, Seth is great, but he's not gonna win his title." Seth, of course, comes out. Seth is like, "Hey, I respect everything you did, but you kind of need help." And I don't think you believe that you can beat me. And then Damian Priest is like, oh, I could beat you. Like, beating you, no problemo. I could do it. I didn't ask nobody to help me. Like, I didn't ask Judgment Day to help me. I didn't ask CM Punk to help me. I didn't ask nobody. I don't need them. It was like, well, it was like, because last week he was saying that he wants, Seth Rollins came back and he was like, I want to be champ. It was like, I want to be champion. I want the title that I made prestigious. I want to, I want to win it. I want to earn it. It was like, so, give me money in the bank. Damian Priest comes out like, money in the bank? Nah. You face me. Forget money in the bank. You come to me. I got you. And now he's like, I think you need your people to beat me. That's Damian's like, I don't know. And he was like, okay. He was like, well, I don't like the way you one upped me. So I'm gonna one up you. He was like, okay, so we got the match at Money in the Bank. You win. I will never challenge for the world title as long as you're champion. But if I win, if you think you're the best, you remove yourself from Judgment Day. You take that reign that you deserve, or that run that you say that you don't need them. Damian Priest was like, psh. It's like, hey, who's El Campeon? Me. I don't need Judgment Day. Judgment Day needs me. You're wrong. I was like, woo, you hurt? Wow, that's tough. So that's gonna play into something. So he goes backstage, and then Liv Morgan is coming out the clubhouse, and then Damian Priest is like, Dom, I hope you got some clothes on. You're decent. You ain't did nothing crazy. He looks, and it's Finn Balor, and then he was like, what? What's that? That you like? You can't blame your boy for thinking every time that something happens, you look suspicious. You can't blame. He was like, all right, I know what it is, but relax. We were talking business. She got a match with Rey Mysterio and Dom next week. She got a one-on-one match. Yeah, she did. And not only that, she got a tag team title match with me and JD tonight against R-Truth and Miz. Hmm. He's like, she got that? She got that. He was like, still don't trust you. Watch your back, but good luck. Congratulations. So they dap each other up. He's like, good stuff. And he leaves. And then Finn Balor's like, and then he kind of just looks at him like, well, sheesh, that's tough. Why you looking at him like that? And of course, the main event, it was Judgment Day. It was Damian Priest, or not Damian Priest, Finn Balor and JD McDonough versus Awesome Truth. And one too many times, Awesome Truth, R-Truth's mouth got the best of him, and he loses. He's the reason why they lose this match. That's not the reason. Liv Morgan comes out. She's the reason why. She comes out, and then Dominic Mysterio comes out, and then Braun Strowman comes out, takes out or chases out Carlito and Dom Mysterio. and then she's still there, and then distraction, of course. She goes on her top. She's like, "Truth is me, Carmella. Remember me?" He's like, "Yeah, but relax." She's like, "Come, give me a hug. Give me hugs." And so he goes to hug her, and then JD distracts the ref, and then Finn Balor kind of like gets up, and then like Liv Morgan's face changed. She's like, "Ha!" And then she hang on the top rope, the neck thing on the ropes, and Finn Balor shotgun drop kick, coup de grace, 1, 2, 3, and new World Tag Team Champions. JD's first title on main roster. Finn Balor, 3-time Tag Team Champions, I think. Now, 3 times for the Judgment Day. And then, they're celebrating. JD's happy because, he got himself some gold finally on the main roster. They go to celebrate. And then Liv Morgan comes to the back, from the back. It's like, ha ha, we're champions. We all got champions. And Finn and JD's like, champs. We're champs. And that was how the show ended. So that was good stuff. And this all also made sense for R-Truth, because R-Truth had been for weeks giving out title opportunities. He did the one with the AOP thing with the whole fortune teller thing, but it ended up being Scarlet. He did the thing. He did the same thing with DIY, giving them opportunities. And they've been like escaping winning with the titles. Of this, he did it one too many times, and it cost him. So that was the end of Raw. So Raw's been really good. SmackDown's been really good. Uh, uh, WWE's actually just been really good. Joe Hendry was on NXT, so was Frankie Kazarian. And I think they're still going to do more with Joe Hendry because he was eliminated from that Battle Royal first. Um, so that's going to be a thing. They got like a little side story with New Day and Final Testament where he's trying to get Xavier Woods to be on his own. Uh, Karen Cross beat the 7th world champion, Kofi Kingston. So that's also a thing that's happening. So that's a tight thing that's happening. But yeah, Joe Hendry, he got eliminated very first, like within the first couple of seconds, and he got bad, started yelling at HBK. So there might be some stuff still going on with Joe Hendry in NXT. Jordan Grace was there. Roxanne beat Jordan Grace because of stuff like that. Now I think there's going to be her versus Lola Vice maybe before Julia gets there. She's still injured, but she's in Japan. Io Sky is going to be in Japan for Marigold also. AJ Styles is going to be in Japan in Noah. So that's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. Gilia and Io is going to be on the same show. So to me, it feels like they're going to do like a maybe a like a damage control thing. Maybe throw in Mako Satomura, who's in Japan anyway, who can't leave. Big damage control thing. Maybe that's just me. So that's it. That's going on in wrestling. Uh, everything's good. The Jacob Fatu stuff is good. Judgment Day stuff with Liv Morgan, tag team champions now. All that stuff is going to be good. The Wyatt Sick stuff is good. Uh, yeah, SmackDown and Raw is both killing it. But that was the show. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.